Nitin, if I can come in for a moment. Rajat, if I can come in for a moment. I just like to give my view, and I'm sure people would relate to this. I have no problem with the opposition being aggressive. In fact, I think the job of the opposition is to be aggressive. My limited point is with the way you are aggressive. So if you start in 2014 by saying, Ye Narendra Modi is Napunsak, right? If you call him Chaiwala, who is not fit to serve tea in a Congress meeting, right? Then it is something else. I have no problem with, and if you have a problem with Dhankhar, I understand. But the fact is, you cannot lead a protest in which the main focus is making fun of his physical handicap of a stoop. That is really bad. ये होती है बात, आप समझेंगे. रविंदर जी, आप जाके पूछिए किसी को, इसको कहते हैं भारतीय सभ्यता. ये इटली में हो सकता है, पता नहीं इटली में भी नहीं होगा. मगर in India, if you start behaving like that, then you should come and say sorry. To say ये मेरी हरकत नहीं थी, ये तो कोई और कर रहा था, मैं तो ऐसे ही जा रहा था, मैं तो रास्ते से जा रहा था, वीडियो ले रहा था. That attitude does not work. आप रास्ते से जा नहीं रहे थे, आप वीडियो नहीं ले रहे थे, आप ही करता धरता हो, और आज रंगे हाथ पकड़े गए आप. सारे देश के लोग बोल रहे हैं भाई क्या व्यवहार है आपका. 55 साल के होने को आ जाए, कभी तो आपकी मैच्योरिटी होगी. Ravinder ji, it's a very serious issue. He has to own up.
I am ready to debate about this issue. It is not
अब तो नहीं कैसे बाल अवस्था है. Now he's a young man, he's growing up, he's a teenager. अभी कॉलेज से निकले हैं.
No. Vice President of India is telling about his caste. What is this? Vice President of I am also a Jat. He is not only the Jat. Are we talking about caste politics? That means that Vice President of India is basically trying to make vote for BJP because of this. That means that Vice President. What kind of attitude is by the Vice President?
That's not what Charu said.
What kind of attitude is by the Vice President? Charu is also. I am also that. You cannot say that just because Vice President has been insulted, that means the entire community has been insulted.
Can I
that means they are trying to play politics out of it.
Unfortunately, the AAP spokesperson kept on speaking, but he did not bother to answer anything that I asked. May I please ask these questions? And you don't want to politicize it, sir? Fair enough. But now let me ask you these two questions and listen to me before you start speaking again. You say that you were all protesting on a very important issue. Did that look like a protest to you from any angle? Because it didn't look like protest to me. It looked like cheap mockery of one of the tallest persons in this country who occupies the second highest chair in this country. It didn't look like a protest at all. Were you concerned about the parliament security breach? Because again it didn't seem like it, because when the speaker gave you some ground rules, you agreed to those ground rules. You said you will not jump into the well of the parliament with placards in your hand, yet you did that. A lot of the MPs wanted to be suspended to show solidarity. Now is that the sign of a good parliamentarian, and is that what you're here defending today?
Did he not? But the
and he would have listened, but did you bother to speak properly? Are you going to jump on his table, attack him literally, and then expect him to listen to you? No, how do you want him to listen to you? By jumping on his table?
Opposition in India does not have any voice.
That is the kind of parliament.
In BJP's rule, the opposition does not have any voice. Is it
that what you stand for? That's what your politics stands for. And can you just answer this one question? Don't speak over me.
Nobody from opposition is supposed to be there.
Yeah, we heard the opposition's voice. The opposition uses its voice for mockery. The opposition does not use its voice for anything constructive. No, I'm saying you misuse your voice for mockery.
Is the speaker supposed to listen to the opposition or not?
I need him to answer. What were they doing? Were they protesting? Were they discussing important issues, or were they raising their voice for mockery? You could have used that voice for other things.
But you chose to mock and insult.
You chose to hurt our sentiments.
The speaker to listen to them. They wanted
and that's how you do it.
Listen to them.
At gunpoint.
Ready to listen to them.
And you're going to hold the country to ransom and justify it. And who are you?
What gunpoint are you talking about? All the gunpoints, all the gunpoints are at the opposition's head. all the guns,
I'm sorry,
Madam,
but there
today
is a
are in the hands of
decorum
BJP
to
people,
parliamentary
and
procedure. And you
they are
have to
pointing
learn to
towards the
follow
heads
that
of
decorum
all the
parliamentary
opposition.
procedure. And if you have not learned
Every
it, sit
single gun
outside,
is
like
pointing
naughty
towards
children,
the
you learn
head
it, then you
of
come back
the
in.
opposition. All the triggers are in the hand of the
Just shouting
BJP.
nonsensically, non-stop.
You're talking
is
about
not going
gunpoint.
to make sense of
Amazing.
arguments. And I refuse to.
You are owning every single thing, every
Nitin,
single institution.
Nitin, let
what
me-
you are not able to own,
let
you're
me tell you.
changing the laws of
What
the
happened
country
yesterday
today
was disgraceful.
to own those institutions.
And I genuinely
Arnab,
believe,
now do you hear this? Protesting
you should
by
distance
mimicry.
yourself from
That's
such
their
acts.
form of protest. Wow.
By Trinamool or by
Thank you.
Congress. The fact that you are in an alliance does not mean you have to justify everything that goes on within.
Do not confuse the issues.